Only way to it is through it, I done it, I did it again. I push these pins till I'm pushing the bins, bumping this pusher while pushing my ends.
Hey, pull up, push up,
pull up, I'm pushing my ends.
Hey, pull up, push up,
pull up, I'm pushing my ends.
Skuzii dealing with a lot today. Papa Doc, not a lot to say. Papa Lock, okay, Skuzii's chillin', uptown chillin', G's up, hoes down, bitch smile for the villains, crown for the willing, pounds to the ceiling, sweet tooth, baby, gold crowns for the feelings, got slugs on my K9s, moving like a snail though, shawty sending cash app, nigga, hell no, moving in my shell toes, baby hit my snail though, Brian had to pack shit, sticky like Velcro, I came to bring the bounce to this good shit, new hood shit, wish a bitch would shit, careful what you
It's 1998. You can't believe me, bitch.
Only way to it is through it, I done it, I did it again. I push these pins till I'm pushing the bins, bumping this pusher while pushing my ends, yeah. Pull up, pull up, I'm pushing my ends, yeah. Pull up, pull up, I'm pushing my ends. Skuzii dealing with a lot today. Papa Doc, not a lot to say. Papa Lock, finna cop a stray. Hope the cops don't wanna stop today.
And on that note, welcome to Cloud of Judgment. You already know what time it is, episode 4. I'm your host, Mike Green, and the place to be, Cloud TV, checking in, you already know, to the motherfucking cloud. Y'all already appreciate everybody tuning in to our previous episodes. You already know we're trying to grow the brand, so make sure you like and subscribe on our YouTube channel, man. Go ahead and hit that button. Let us know what you like, what you don't like, because we're just trying to figure out what we want to give you guys, because this is all about you guys, Cloud Nation, to the cloud. And we have some special guests here with us today. We have Skuzii and a tribe. Is it tribe called Finesse or tribe of Finesse? I didn't want to mess that up. I want to make sure I got that right.
It's all good. It's the tribe of Finesse.
Tribe of Finesse.
Yeah.
All right, I was just trying to make sure I got that right. And we got our special guests here. They got some great content to let us know about. They have their new project coming out. They have the new video out. We're going to get into everything that's going on with them. But just stay tuned to the motherfucking cloud.
To the cloud.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, the website is live. ToTheCloudTV.com is live. You already know that's where you can find everything Cloud TV, Clouded Judgment, Rio's Bag, Cloud Sessions. You already know. One-stop shop, and the Cloud TV gear is available too. Make sure you purchase the merch. You already know that's just going to be fly. You already seen it. We already been plugging that in. So make sure you just show some love. And matter of fact, I'm going to do something special on this episode today. Everybody that likes and subscribes and leaves a comment, you get free merch. I'm telling you right now. I'm not going to tell you what it's going to be, but you're going to get free merch. Matter of fact, do all that in the comments and let me know what you want to get, and you're going to get that free merch. That's all you got to do. And also, we're taking donations, because you already know we're trying to grow this platform. I got to get all this shit in now before we get into our shit. So, Cash App, Cloud TV donations, you already know. Just help us build this brand a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Black-owned business, you know what I'm saying? Just show love. Just help us grow.
They trying to do, because at the same time we gonna be at the house. Quarantining.
One to see.
We back at lockdown. Yeah, we back on lockdown.
Well, I'll ask you guys, because we talked about it on our last episode. How do you guys feel about the lockdown coming back again and basically everything just potentially shutting down like it was?
Well, shit, man. As a Trump supporter, I'm just getting knocked. Brother, here's how I feel. Now, I'm gonna keep it up, but it's like I would like for things just honestly on a selfish note. I would like to be like my only thing is performing. I don't really do shit else but go to restaurants to perform. I like to eat sexy food and I like to perform. But like I feel like niggas need to shut this shit the fuck down. Like, but for real. Yeah. Like we've been like bullshitting from it, especially Virginia, especially Richmond, like downtown Richmond, like where we stay by Margarita's Cantina.
Above Margarita's Cantina.
Nothing has changed the entire time. Yeah. And this motherfucker's like, oh damn, numbers are going up. I wonder why.
You got niggas lined up outside of Bellows Lounge and Margarita Cantina. Like, they're respectable businesses. I ain't gonna downplay any business, but it's like, at what point do you sit back and like, damn, I'm really packed in here with 200 other motherfuckers sweating, breathing on my back of my neck, getting coronavirus.
I have to take these Henny shots in front of other humans, like
off this girl's stomach,
and I will die for it.
It's real life.
Like, god damn. I honestly think it's just as simple as I wish like niggas would just sit the fuck down.
Yeah,
like how they did in like Italy and France. Like,
facts.
Just sit in your apartment, but it all depends on your government actually wanting to give you some source of income so you can actually shut down.
And America's like, okay.
You got 1,200 7 months ago.
Yeah. Make it stretch, nigga.
I hope your rent was $50 a month, player.
Pussy. Damn.
Fuck that, man. Yeah. We ain't. I feel like we ain't ready, but at the same time, we ready. Like, just shut this shit down, bro, for like a month. Everybody saying 2 weeks, man. Fuck that, bro. A month. Just shut this bitch down.
Just go a full month.
Yeah.
But everybody on punishment.
As long as they send us a check, one they can send us 2.
Yeah.
We can do off 1 low key.
Yeah, gotta send something.
Low key we can do off 1, but they can send us 2.
If they do it like on an organized schedule, so it's like make sure people have time to go to the grocery store if you need it. Here's some money. Here's a food allowance.
Right.
Like it's like food stamps, but quarantine stamps. It works. You know what I'm saying?
They all bright and shit, make you not feel as bad.
Or just make a whole month of rent just free for like 1 month.
Freezing all the bills. Fuck rent.
I mean,
electric, water.
So let me ask all y'all a question. If say you're president, you're in that position of power, you see what's going on, what would you do right now for the people to show them that I'm here, I'm trying to make a difference?
So if I was the president on some business shit, I low key keep that shit going. But at the same time, like close, no inside nowhere, no bars, fuck all that shit. Like that's what's really getting motherfuckers. Like, come on, bro. You going to the bar taking shots.
Of Hennessy.
Like they could be washing it. They could be washing the dishes.
Yeah.
Scrub.
You can't wash water.
Be sharing glasses.
You can't wash Hennessy.
You feel me? Like, just stop all that shit for like bars, all that bars, clubs, shut down for a month. Sorry, strippers, bartenders, but you can still get a check. Definitely, gotta get a check, but not from there. Like, just shut that shit down, man. Like, it's a lot of shit going on. Nobody want to be around sweaty people. None of that shit right now.
Like, I feel that.
I'm tired of wearing masks, low key. I'm trying to get this shit over with. I'm tired of making this shit a part of life. We don't know which females is cute and none of that. I'm single.
Single.
That is important.
Yeah, so
he had to throw that in. I'm single. So you president of the United States and you worrying about
Hennessy.
Hennessy, and if that bitch looks good in that mask.
But at the same time, yeah, I'm just tired of. I'm tired of people dying at the same time. I'm the president. I'm tired of people dying. I just want to get this shit over with. Like, why is this shit still here? It's a virus, or it's been over 8 months,
and it's just us, really.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody else going through this shit, but
because we don't know how to stay in the fucking house.
I blame Hennessy at the end of the day.
I mean, it's not even just people that stay in the
blame
house.
Hennessy.
You got 348 million people in America, and at least what's 73 a fraction of 70 million, 340, whatever the fraction is. You got a fraction of motherfuckers who don't want to wear masks.
Facts.
And their circle of people that they interact with is getting fucked up from them just breathing.
Right.
And we got a real thin line of what quote unquote essential worker is as well too.
Yeah, that's facts.
We both technically,
we both fucking essential workers.
And I don't think shit is that goddamn essential personally.
I mean, I get why I'm essential. I work in a lab. I work in a pharmaceutical lab. So for me, we need to send data out to our people, but it's like my boss is at home and has been at home for like 8 months.
And you don't have to interact with the public.
Yeah, it's true. That's true.
I work at a credit union.
All right, yeah, you got it.
I have to deal with motherfuckers. And it's like, you would think like, okay, like, yeah, financial institution, you have to get your money. Bro, if you spent a day there, it's motherfuckers cashing $2 checks and shit like that.
Oh, man.
Or joining. It's like, bro, you could do this on the phone. Yeah, but I'd rather sit in front of someone because I was born in 1938. Like,
Straight up.
like, and now we both gonna die because you stupid.
I don't trust the computer.
I blame Hennessy.
That's how it is.
Speaking of other stuff to enjoy during quarantine, what about what's the other drink? Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson and Roy Jones.
Oh man,
trying to fight it out. How interesting is that?
I want to see that shit because somebody gonna get hurt.
I'm excited.
I think Mike Tyson might drop it.
Mike Tyson is a fully grown silverback gorilla. That will drop anybody.
Somebody definitely gonna get hurt.
Somebody gonna get hurt, bro.
I have a theory that Mike Tyson's gonna swing too hard and he's gonna hit himself and knock himself out.
That would be interesting. Yes, I would like to see that.
I didn't see it coming. Like, it just
Yo,
that would be beautiful. So, but Roy Jones has been like training hard too. It's just Mike Tyson shit been getting more publicity. To be fair, I think Mike Tyson is gonna win because he's a monster. But
Yes, absolutely.
But Roy Jones is also in very, very, very good shape. He's been doing this shit too.
yeah, he's still been boxing, right?
Yeah.
Mike Tyson.
I already say Mike Tyson just in
Mike
the basement.
Tyson.
He's in the basement
He's
every
like
day.
fucking Blanca from
Hitting the beat
what the fuck is his name? Street Fighter.
Dog, I
It's
think he
Blanca
went
from Street Fighter.
vegetarian or something, dropped some weight.
Is it vegan?
Like I've seen
Yeah,
him
vegan.
training.
Yeah.
Mike
Yo.
Tyson was a legit heavyweight. Let's get that correct. He was
Yeah.
fighting heavyweights, and Roy Jones is a light heavyweight,
Yeah.
or maybe middle heavyweight. Middle. He might be middle, but we shall see. I think he probably fought heavyweights too at one point.
Yeah. Because he, Tyson, I think, was like the fastest.
Fastest heavyweight.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna like to see that.
gonna
That's
be a good
something worth
fight.
live streaming too.
I want it to be a violent knockout. Like I want like start shaking and shit. Like I want all that shit. Like I want
Yeah.
that shit to
You
go
want the
viral.
RP knockout?
Yeah, like I want the EMTs to come in. I want them to have to cut that shit off like abruptly. Like
I wanna
nah,
see
it's just too crazy.
blood everywhere.
Yeah, like
Whoever
I want
loses
some
is gonna be
shit.
different. After
Yeah.
Like, it's not. They're not gonna be the same. Somebody's leaving with a permanent something.
And I don't want it to be quick. Give me at least like how many rounds they going? They going 12?
I say 7.
Yeah, give me 7. Give me a solid
I
7.
don't think them niggas
rounds.
can count to
know
12
it
at
was
this point. I feel like Tyson's gonna hit him and his face is gonna turn to like the people in the grudge.
Niggas can throw for 5 minutes and be straight. Niggas just going 12 rounds of 5.
What if it's like 45 seconds? Like real quick.
I can see that.
Each round?
A lot would happen.
No,
before
just
it got
45 seconds. That's it.
It's gonna be something upsetting. Like somebody's gonna like pull an ankle or some shit like some random
pull an ankle.
pull
All right.
the whole ankle.
But listen,
whole ankle.
if you a fan of fighting, would you be pissed if you paid over $700 to pull up and see a fight for 45 seconds?
Yes.
Are they having fans or is it going to be like a?
They won't, but at the same time, somebody is gonna pay on like online to
Pay-per-view
watch that shit.
shit.
Oh yeah.
And somebody is gonna pay that like 100 or 200
I guess it depends
to watch
on
that
how
fight.
Yeah,
it goes.
that's another thing. You're gonna hear the punches.
That's gonna be
Depends on
love.
how it goes.
Nah, that's what I want to hear.
If somebody gets raised off their feet on some straight like Martin Lawrence when he got knocked out, kind of,
That's
I might
what I
want to see
want.
that.
I want that so bad. I
He
need
was in the
it.
wall. I think he was in the wall.
You gonna hear all them old ass organs moving around.
If you hear closely, that was Mike Tyson's pancreas. He had delivered a nice uppercut to Roy Jones. Goddamn.
Real sound like damn it.
Yeah.
That
Bad,
shit
it's
quick as fuck.
gonna
Yeah.
sound like someone's just shaking a big bag of jelly beans and shit.
That's gonna be great. I can't wait. And on that note, we're about to take a quick break to our sponsors. And when we get back, we're gonna get into the new project, Ask About the Octopus. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I want to ask you about Octopus. Matter of, you'll see us when we get back to the cloud.
Yeah. Riding around bumping my tunes. I'm in the news, turned off the news, cause I don't want no more dead homie blues. 9-4 caught in Newport Blues. I find it true, I heard the plug.
Yo, this is Loud America. First of all, I want to say R.I.P. to George Floyd. Man, tragic loss. But to me, George Floyd was my father. He was a lawyer, he was a doctor, he was a president, he was anything a man could be, because he was a human being first. And no man should be treated that way. Further foremost, we got a lot of new gear coming for y'all. This is Loud America 2020 and beyond. It's nothing but new heights. We are the new brand. We are the new brand. Cannabis will be legal everywhere. This is the flag of the new world. With a voice of new medicine, a voice of healing, holistic healing. So get on board. Loud America 2020.
Swing low, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry me home.
Shout out to Skuzii.
Shout out to Skuzii. And on that note, welcome back to Clouded Judgment, episode 4. Checking in with Skuzii and the tribe of Finesse. We have their new project coming out, Ask About the Octopus. And while it's on my mind, before I forget, because I wanted to talk about it before we took our first break, the theme of the octopus, where did that come from?
So, in all honesty, it started with my one of my earlier projects called Infinite Vibes from the Lands of Finesse, which was literally the most randomest group of things that you can put together. I'm just always big on my imagination and just leading with some shit. Like literally, I linked up with this artist in Australia, and he was like, "Yo, how do you want your cover to look?" I'm like, "Bro, I just wanted to be me on the front and an octopus on a pit bull chain." And he was like, "Okay, cool, all right, bet." I can't draw the chain, but I can put the octopus. I'm like, "That works for me." And I just kind of started understanding the mystique of like telling motherfuckers not to ask about some shit. So he was like, "Oh, well, what does it mean?" I'm like, "I can't tell you." The whole time that shit didn't really mean nothing. But in hindsight, the whole purpose of it was to be for the meaning to find myself. So over time, like it's all like this, the octopus itself has always presented itself to me over time because I put it out there like that. People have brought the information to me, so I've been able to understand like how interesting creatures they are, the complexity of them, like so many different meanings to that have like formed the themes of the overall album.
Okay.
So I let it figure, but I'm gonna keep it a buck. At first, it was just like random emoji. Let's figure it out later.
So what you've learned about the octopus, is there anything that you can take from that to compare to yourself?
Hell yeah. I would say the best thing about them for and a lot of people can relate to, especially times right now, is the spiritual meaning behind them. Like if that's like if you believe in like totem and spiritual animals and shit like that, they represent like staying low key and getting your shit together.
Okay.
So it's like it represents like you got it together, but everybody doesn't know yet. And when it's time for you to show motherfuckers, you gonna show them, but you don't really got to. It's like that shit is like the epitome of staying in your own lane, because they're super duper complex creatures, like some of the best creations that God could have made, but most people don't even know that, and they cool with it. It's like, nigga, I'm just over here in my little complex camouflage lane, like you don't even need to understand me. Word. And they happy with that. They don't live a very long time. They just do their thing, octopus it up, and they fuck ish. They actually really don't fuck. The funny thing is, they hand semen over. Like literally, that's them making.
Pass it over.
They just be like,
Put it like a fucking bird.
they don't actually mate. Like they have like one of their tentacles, and it's not a dick. It's just a tentacle. The nigga just be like, and then the woman's like, "Appreciate you, king." And then the man dies shortly after, and then the woman, she octopus, she gives birth to the eggs or whatever, and she guards the eggs until they're hatched. And then when she's guarding them, it takes so much out of her because she doesn't eat, she doesn't do anything. She just guards the eggs to make sure they straight.
You really been doing your research, bro. Like
I do nothing but research.
Yo, that's fire.
Yeah, everything's for a reason.
Hell yeah. So let's get into the backstory. Like how did Skuzii, Tribe of Finesse, how was that created? How did you guys get into Richmond? Like I want to know the whole story.
Hell yeah. So I'm from Newport News. Not all the way. My family, I'm a military brat. So my dad is from St. Thomas. My mother's from North Carolina. My dad retired in Newport News, so that's where we just stayed at, and I grew up there. I've been all over 7-5, so I'm from Newport News. I lived in Williamsburg, Hampton, all over the place. And I've always been rapping. Like Skuzii itself is just like an actual nickname from like middle school because I'm like super polite. It's like excuse me, Skuzii, etc. So the two eyes just represent duality from the Gemini.
Okay.
But as far as the Tribe of Finesse, again, that all came at that same time period, like 2017-ish, when the 7-5 movement was doing a lot. I was getting a lot of attention. And again, just that title, I was like, what's the most random shit I can think of? Because that project was leading into my next project, which was Veronica's Apartment, which is a little bit bigger. So I was just like, all right, infinite vibes, because vibes wasn't like that big at the time, but infinite vibes from the lands of finesse, octopus.
Okay.
Randomness.
Word.
Niggas are intrigued. And then I just kept the finesse shit going. So then when I got my band, that was the Finesse band. Once I decided to have a group of motherfuckers, however that group was, I called everybody that was amongst myself the Tribe of Finesse.
Okay.
Just trying to keep things within a community effort. Because for me, shit is always about community. After a while, I decided to move out to Richmond. Me and Bruce have known each other since we both went to Hampton University together. Bruce is originally from out in the area.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we've always been real
Shout
close.
out Bruce.
Hell yeah.
That's me.
And a lot of things that he's doing now, he was already doing, but I was just like, man, I'd rather do business with somebody who I'm really close with. And we just been growing from there. I just kind of gave him the proposition of what I would like him to do. He's done that and then stepped up even more into his own self. And that shit, we just making shit rock.
I thought y'all were brothers.
Technically, we are.
Yeah. Not like blood, but
Oh, I feel that.
we've been hazed together.
Okay.
Twice.
Reborn babies.
So Bruce, give us a little bit of your background and how you got to, become in the role of, you guys working together and everything.
Man, so yeah, I am Bruce, aka Chubsy Bear, on Instagram and Twitter if you want to find me. We just know each other for like 7 years?
Something like that.
7 years, marching the band together, Hayes together and shit like that. And I just really fuck with this music. That's really what it is. I was like, damn, bro, what is this, Saturday? Oh man, wake up, no, type shit, you know what I'm saying? And it just branched off once he moved to Richmond, 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
We started working together. Like, we hung out a lot, and then we started working together. So it was like, what you need me to do? Okay, I'm gonna carry the DJ's fucking speakers and shit like that. Turns out I can be tech savvy too, like designing website for Skuzii shit, QRC codes, hyperlinks, shit like that. We make content every other week. You know what I'm saying? We just kind of played off of it, like what you told me, like play off people's strengths.
Yeah.
And one of mine, I like to talk. I like to talk a lot. I can be very articulate.
I've seen the little videos where you pull up on people and just start.
Oh, man.
Hell yeah.
That
shit is hard. I like
that's
that
my
shit.
favorite thing to do. It's fun.
I think that's the thing about putting people in position, because it's like, again, like he said, like we always been close, but I've always known him to have like that warm personality, and it was like just like I'm good in front of the camera to an extent, but it's like I know how he is with people, and I was like, bro, I feel like after doing certain types of things, so it's like if you watch some of my shit, he has like multiple characters that he does, like we both do, but like he can really sell it. Like we have a cooking show that we do too. So
Yeah,
it's
the
like,
lives. I fuck with them
Oh,
shits.
yeah.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, for real.
So it's like he's dope on his own accord. It's just like I'm just here to be like, you a star, man. Here's how. Like so. But that's what I feel about everybody around me, man. It's like everybody's in position. Like, but most people I keep around me is just like people that like I might ask you to do shit, because a lot of people want to do shit until it's time to do shit.
Right.
It's like, nigga, you just want to turn up and be around. But some of the people, including himself, it's people that have done what I've asked and then gone up and beyond to like really like damn, this motherfucker is beneficial to what the fuck I do. I gotta give you an incentive to stay around me, my nigga. Because you helping me out more than anything else. So I just try to do my best to even the playing field. Like, you helping the fuck out of me, let me do whatever I can to help you do what it is that you trying to do too.
One good idea of each hand washing the other, you know what I'm saying? Everybody has their own role they're playing. Everybody, you converge and you diverge. That's what life is, you know what I'm saying? So at one point, we're going to converge, we're going to work together, you're going to branch out, we're going to do our own separate shit. It's all going to come back around.
Facts.
That shit dope.
Come back around.
Yeah, no lie, that shit dope.
Right. Yeah. Now with the new project, Ask About the Octopus. Let's get into that. I've heard a little bit of the project and I loved everything I've heard, like every song.
Thank you.
Like Newport Shorts video, I love it. Like the whole like just the up close personal vibes, the perspectives and everything, the way that was shot. Like I love everything about it. But take me into like your creative process of like creating that project and your music in general.
Yeah.
Because I normally don't hear your type of music like as far as like that. You have the pen, like your pockets, everything is there, but also you're aware of what's going on.
Yeah.
So you're being that conscious type that can actually like motivate people to like want to make change and be that leader. Like I really want to get into that. Like how did that come into fruition and everything?
I've just always been very animate about speaking on what was or has gone on with me, and I've been very aggressive about making sure that my skill set matched where I was at in my life. Like, for example, before I started working on this album, I didn't feel like I was lyrically where I wanted to be. So to get where I needed to be, I did 30 freestyles. And I dressed them up a certain way. They're on my YouTube. Like, I made them look cute with like the fucking I made them like they were chopped and screwed. But there was an aesthetic purpose to it. I was like, I don't think I'm ready. I'm like, maybe I'll be ready in 30 songs. Like that was like my like hyperbolic time chamber. And then, cause like for me, like the first 5 freestyles might have been like some goofy, like I'll fuck you girl type shit. But then by freestyle 6, we talking about God. And the next one we talking about finance. And I'm like, okay, that's where I want to be at. So I'm very aware of the craftsmanship. I've always been a big fan of the hip hop culture. Like when I came into hip hop, and everybody around me, I was very animate about making sure that the culture was important. So it wasn't just myself. I had people around me that were break dancers. I had people around me that did art. I had people around me that were like into the 5% Nation or Zulu Nation and shit like that. That knowledge came with it. So it was always important for me to, on the community type shit we were talking about earlier, pushing the culture forward. So I always want to make sure that, like, again, Godspeed to everybody who believes whatever they believe or what they don't. But like for me, I love the culture of hip hop, and I always want to make sure that what I put out and my content grows with me as a person, in however way that it grows. So I want to make sure that like anytime I'm doing some shit, I'm very conscious of what it is that we putting out and how it's being made aesthetically.
Right. Hell yeah, that's fire, bro. Cause like for real, like I feel like we need more artists like you that are actually like using their gifts to actually like influence people to actually want to do positive things. And that's what I've gotten out your music. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people have gotten it out of it as well.
Yeah. That's the point, bro, because it's like we dictate the culture. Like hip hop is the culture. It's like music is always transcending a lot of things as far as like spirituality and like it's vibrations. It comes from the earth, all that third eye woke shit, but it does. And it's like we have to understand that as people that put out this shit, niggas love, not niggas, but people, everybody who's in this culture love to say like, oh, I'm not a role model, I'm doing this. It's like, fuck that, bro. You have to take some role of responsibility as the people who advance music in America. We have to like fall into that role and understand that it's like you dictate the culture. And that's cool. Just take the reins of this shit and be aware of it. It doesn't mean everything has to be like, go to school and read your books. Like, nah, it's like, you can make like your heart, like, you can still do like your like real thugged out shit as like explaining what you go through and shit. Like, that's important too. But it's a difference between like explaining and influencing. And you have to be cognizant of that in what you're putting out. So
it's like you have to take some realm of responsibility for the words that you bring out to people. Because you're manifesting everybody else's futures by letting them know, oh man, this is the life that I lived. It was lucrative for me. Go ahead and deal crack and get shot up by somebody. Bitch ass nigga. But like, it's like you really have to be cognizant of these truths, you know what I'm saying? Because someone's going to really believe it. Like you're talking about stands and shit, then one will stand your lyrics and be like, fuck. I'm trying to be just like him. You fucked up in there.
And there be a lot of motherfuckers that's like, one, a lot of these people haven't really gone through a lot of shit that they talk about, and that's none of my business. But then you have a lot of people too who have already went through it, and they keep like, I'll give you like, I fucks with Future, but Future's a good example. He was one of the people like he got on camera I think a couple years ago and was like, yeah, I don't do drugs no more. Why the fuck are you still talking about drugs? Like, that's not cool.
That's what
That's not good. Like,
that
that shit is not groovy, bro. It's mad fucking people our age that are fucking like heroin addicts, but they don't know they doing that shit.
Listening to him trying to perpetuate
like,
that kind of image.
It's like, oh, I'm popping pills. What is in the pill, bro?
It's like you're trying to replicate. It's like people don't know what their life's purpose is. So they're trying to replicate someone else's. They're trying to live up to what they wanted, what they did, and they're trying to get the end goal that they got.
Right.
You can't live anybody else's life.
You have to, as an artist, you have to grow. Like, I feel like people will get, like, for example, like, I'm a big Jay-Z fan, right? But I can appreciate 444. I won't say 444 like Wendy shit. Good deal. But I can appreciate that level of Jay because I remember Big Pimpin' Jay. And it's like, I love both Jays, but it's like, from the outside looking at them, I remember being like a little nigga watching the Big Pimpin' video and his ass everywhere. And then watching, like, listening to this nigga now talk about taxes and being unfaithful and trying to get his shit together and watching everything. Like, I feel that's inspiring for people. You have to show people growth. That's important.
That's key. That's key. Because everybody, if you keep rapping the same idea, like Future, still rapping about like drugs and shit like that, you're still stuck in that same mindset. You know, like Jay-Z grew. Nigga was dealing crack, owns buildings. You know, he's talking about being in a different tax bracket, actually investing your money. You know what I'm saying? Having one wife and like really being about your family and shit.
Legacy.
Come on, that's
sustainable.
That's key right there. Like you need to give some people some hope to look to.
God damn it.
You know, something sustainable.
Yeah, he does big game. I think sometimes he gets a bad rep. I know people disagreed with the NFL situation and all that with Blash, but I do think Jay-Z does have a lot to do with some of the things that have gone right in America on a lot of fronts, because he's put in a lot of work too. I wanted to get your opinion, your stance on how you feel about the current situation with, you know, the White House, the politics. Do you feel like they're going to have a nice transition of power, or do you think?
Hell no.
You think Trump's going to be in his bag?
It's already
that nigga
shitty.
That nigga swimming in his bag right now. Like it's, I mean, it's like, and it's crazy because one of my friends brought up a good point, and I hate it, and I don't agree with his overall point. You know what I'm talking about? But he was saying it's like, bro, it's like picking between like the best pimp, like.
It really is.
Yeah. It's like they both. It's like now. Granted, I don't like where his resolution went with that. We won't get into that. But I do agree with the overall. Like, fuck, we really should, like. Now, granted, I do feel like one is not comparable to the other in any way, shape, or form. Just personally for me. But I think it's gonna be one of them things when we look back, like it's already shitty now. But like, you ever dated somebody who was like some ass, and you was just like, damn, that bitch really got a train ran on her in my mama's garage. Like, that's wild.
Damn.
God damn, I ain't never dated nobody like that.
That's Trump.
Nobody getting trained in my
Trump is
garage.
the
In my
body that
mama's
got
garage.
a train ran on her.
That's the ugly truth.
Yes.
Mama's garage.
Yes. Yes.
If y'all still doing that, I hope this be safe. This word condom, but don't tell nobody. Just keep that shit between y'all three. Or y'all four.
I feel like we've been
Wow.
surviving this shit so much. It's like when we really look back, we be like, yo, this nigga was really the president for a while.
Yeah.
For a while.
Yeah.
For a high school lifetime.
And you know, we have really a choice between lesser evils, and unfortunately, that's the best you could do. So a lot of people voted against the current situation more so than for what we currently have.
And a lot of people didn't vote because of the situation, you know?
Yeah,
And I couldn't really fault people who didn't vote, because it's like, how do you really make that decision?
It's a tough call for a lot of people.
It was. I can see that. But like, if you have to look at in the overall scheme of things, I mean, it might not affect you, but you have to think of the community of which you're in. So I don't know.
Right. Bigger picture. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, you can see how it is. Oh, it's going to affect me. But how does it affect my mom or my cousins or my best friend? Or someone who's involved with me, like you can't be selfish with some of the things you do.
The hood still gonna be the hood.
I like that a lot of people bringing up the tax shit. Like, I know niggas that like is really pushing Trump is talking about
He's
like
gonna take 30% out my check, brother.
It's like, but you poor, bro.
Make less than $400,000.
We all like a lot of
he's not even worried about you.
Yeah. I think you had to make over 500,000 or 400,000
400,000
for it to really affect you. So like, that ain't most of us. So.
It's not.
I don't even think the president falls under that shit.
Facts.
We talking annual salary? I think they should like 350, 300.
You're right.
He just doesn't make.
Not
it.
for him.
They make more after their presidency. Yeah.
But I mean, that comes with big deals and actually like doing other political things.
And to be fair, I did vote. I did take part in it because of a lot of different reasons. But I said I understand where some people come from because it is a hard decision. And when you were coming right down to it, I saw faults in both of them.
Yeah,
you know? But I definitely see him being childish and just taking his ball home and not wanting people to play anymore.
I mean, they're already doing that. If you look at it, he's told the coronavirus response team not to talk to Biden. No transition teams to talk to Biden, but he's already moving. Like, he's picking out his cabinet, doing whatever he wants to do. Because like, it all depends on the maturity. Because like they have their faults, but Biden is winning in the maturity factor. He's showing them, you don't have to play with me. I got my own shit.
And granted, they both like 420 years old together. Like,
it looks like it hurts them to like open their eyes.
It does.
Yeah, that's what's
I
up.
hear that shit on the camera.
Tomorrow rattling a jelly bean bag. That's them walking down the street.
Facts.
Come on.
But back to ask about the octopus. I wanted to know what producers you worked with, or do you do the production yourself? Because it seems like it goes hand in hand. Like that connection, like the way you pick your beats is like it's like second to none in my opinion.
I used to think about it. I used to, but now I work directly. So normally I work directly with Jack Union, very good friend of mine.
Okay.
He produced all my EPs that have dropped within the last year, and then me and him co-produced my last project, Veronica's Apartment. And for this one, it was No One Ever. So No One Ever is a collaborative effort between him and Wilkes. Wilkes has been featured on a couple of my songs. He's done production on a couple of them too. So it's been both of them, and then also we have like I think the only other co-producer was Zoe. Zoe's a very young cat. He's from Newport News. He goes out. He goes to VCU now too. He did the song that dropped today, Calisthenics.
Okay.
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah.
That was another one. Yeah. That's just hard.
Thank you.
That's just hard.
So I keep everything in house. I try to keep it like consistent, just so that again I really think about the musical part of it. I don't want a whole bunch of beats from mad niggas like. But also, me and him, we work. That's my family. That's like legitimately like my brother. So he like we go back so far. Like I don't have to tell him nothing. Like he'll be doing some shit and I'll see him do it, and like I'll just be like there's almost no point in me having co-production notes because I don't have to sit there. I just sit there and it's just like, oh, all right, but you did it. Like
you can tell. Like you can really tell. Like for real. Like the way like in the like also like the samples. Like it just gives me like that nostalgic vibe. Like I love it. Like it's really dope.
It's definitely on purpose. I would say the good thing about it is too, like a lot of these things they didn't like take a lot of work for me. Like it literally would be me like coming back from Richmond on whatever day I could come, And he'd be like, what we doing? I'm like, I don't know, bro, just whatever. And then he makes some shit, and I write some shit, and that's it.
Word.
And it all came together. And like, it just really spoke about what was going on currently, and I made sure I was consistent with my efforts, and make sure I was ready for what was to come.
Hell yeah. That's what's up, man. I'm really happy that that we were able to talk about this. But when is the release date? Because I've heard it, but I know everybody else, especially when they hear this, gonna be like, when is it coming out? Where can I find it? The lead single, the tracks that you want, new and current listeners to listen to. Like, let us know.
So initially, it was actually supposed to come out November 17th today, but I had to remind myself that, again, music is an aesthetic, is like a spiritual aesthetic.
Right.
It's God's timing, and it wasn't time for it to come out yet. So it's done, but we just getting the sounds right. So I would say give it a couple weeks, probably like early to mid-December.
Okay.
People will know. It's not gonna be some Beyonce shit. You're gonna know well ahead of time. As long as you following me, SKUZ with 2 eyes. I'll let you know well in advance. But I'll probably be releasing that date within days, honestly. But we did already drop Newport Shorts that came out.
Check that video out. That shit is hard as a bitch.
Yes, and shout out to Tyler Barnes.
That shit is hard.
The director for it. Daddy shot it. Daddy did his goddamn thing too, so it was really dope. Ready for Calisthenics just came out today. That's gonna be the next video as well too. Shout out to Young IV. He's ugly as hell. That's my boy. So I'm excited, and the next thing after that's probably gonna be the project. So don't quote me, but more than likely.
Yeah, and I gotta say, I'm very excited to finally hear it when it drops, because I've heard maybe snippets of it here and there. It sounds like you put in a lot of effort into this project.
Oh yeah, man, and I appreciate that too. And it's like, even what I sent Shaw is not like, it's like 4 things on it that's not there, and then like the skits and shit isn't there either. So it's like that, and like, to me, that's just me being like an author. Like I'm gonna give you enough so we can talk about it, but it's like you're going to get that full experience when it's time. Like, you
got to keep that anticipation,
because once you get this, the skits is really like, that's one of my favorite parts of everything. So
see, that's what I'm talking about. I love artists that take pride in the skits. Those are the little things that I miss. It takes me back to like the good old days when like albums where it was like, hey yo, you remember track 13 when they did the thing on the skit? Like, those are the things that I really remember and like I cherish, like, for real.
I think even for us that comes from like that musical background, like we're used to playing, like we play everything. Like most of us, we come up on concert music, classical music, marching and shit like that. All of these things are large pieces, pause. Like we just talk about that pause shit. Meter. Shout out to the Mints.
Gotta get that.
But oh my god. But yeah, they it's like not saying no names now, but they you used to like different acts, like that. What got me too, just like going a little off, but like Janelle Monáe, her first
Archandroid?
Yeah, Archandroid, like that was broken in that like different. Like it's literally broken down like a piece of classical music, but it's like, so there might be different vibes, so to speak, but it's like everything ties within each other. Like this is one whole thing. Like even though our albums are relatively new, albums did not exist until the 60s. That's a very new concept. But as far as a piece of work, a whole consistent thing, that's been around for a grip. So I'm happy to keep that type of musicality alive as far as a cohesive group of musical works together to make one thing. That's what I love. So
hell yeah, and you can tell in your music for sure. I can tell you personally, I'm glad that I've come across your music. Shout out to my homie Trey, his wife Raven. They were having a little special event at their crib. That's when I first met you guys, and he's performing at their crib, and I was like, Trey, who is that? Like, I was like, yo, we gotta work, like. And then we were able to do the Rock the Beat joint, and you killed that joint. I wish we could have done more with that, but it was kind of something that we had to put together like kind of fast. But as soon as we can get back outside, we're going to work, because like now you're an artist that I want to show to people, like, hey yo, have you heard of Skuzii? Have you heard of Finesse? Like, yo, like I'm about to put people on, like, for real. Like, I'm a true fan.
It was also very lit that night.
Yeah.
It was crazy. That was when you dropped all those drinks.
I dropped 3 drinks. Only 3.
You dropped a lot of drinks.
It was 3.
More than one.
It was more than one.
Man, it was a lot going on that night.
I saw a video clip from it the other day, and I was like, God damn, we look filthy.
What was this at? What was this at?
It was at the Hoff in the dark room.
Oh, the dark room. Oh, I do remember that. Yes.
First time.
Oh, you talking about the first one? You talking about Trey crib?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that.
See, that's the
because
one.
We was playing the drinking games in the Never mind. I ain't gonna about to put nobody out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Shout out to Trey and
it
Raven.
was wild. That's my
Yeah.
nigga.
I definitely remember the dark room. The dark room, you put on a hell of a show.
Hey, thank you.
And I didn't quite connect it when you first entered. I think I heard somebody else
Was that
bring it
like
up.
the same one you was talking about?
Yep.
Yep.
Wasn't it the
Yeah.
last performance for quarantine?
Nah, he's talking about the one we was upset about the thing.
I got you.
We that was like that for a reason.
Yeah.
We was feeling the type
That was a
of
good
way.
one.
But respectably and competitively.
The energy was definitely there.
Yeah,
But the great
energy
thing
was
is-
definitely there.
We're about to have a great performance
sir.
tonight. But I'm gonna pass it to you guys. Before we take it to the performance, anything you guys want to ask them before I let them plug in everything that they want to plug in to let our viewers know what's going on.
Yeah, I got a quick question.
Yeah.
You know, just listening to your music, you know, beforehand and everything. Who would you say most inspired your flow? Because I do think you have one of the most unique flows I've heard in a little while.
Thank you.
Facts.
Shit.
Question, baby.
It's a combination of, I guess, nobody specifically.
I meant combination. I could tell it's
I
a
study a lot of
yeah.
shit. Probably a combination between like Thelonious Monk, Prince, Biggie. Not so much. Like, I love Jay, but I wouldn't say that's an influence. Jay, I'm more so like
Business aspect.
yeah. I'm a fan, but not really musically. I'm still inspired, but not like I don't take the flows or whatever. But Biggie, like I started rapping with Biggie. I started rapping with early J. Cole. Like that was when I started rapping. Was like the warm up. But at the same time, I was like taking my dad's old CDs, like Tribe Called Quest, Ready to Die, shit like that. Cool Kids. As far as calming down my flow though, because I used to be too wordy. This project I've been learning to say more but less. I definitely took some of the concepts from Jay. Larry June, actually. I'm a big Larry June fan. I fucks with Larry June, but it's just like, again, learning how to currency
Shout
Mm-hmm.
for
out to
sure.
Larry.
But again, specifically for this project, like learning how, like, cause I'm such a like lyrical, spherical, miracle nigga. Like I was just like
The wordplay.
the true challenge to me as a musician is like getting your point across and saying something just as prolific with less words, because that's harder to do.
That's a dope combination. And it's beautifully worded the way you transition. It sounds like the growth is there, and that just makes me more excited to hear what you got coming, man.
Thank you.
Bruce, who did you look up to? My bad, Fox. I got
some questions.
Yeah,
Come
I
on,
got
let's
you.
get it.
I got you. But while we were on this, Bruce, who did? Because you're more of that. I feel like me and you are a lot of the same thing, because a lot of the roles that you play for Skuzii is what I do for Cloud TV.
Oh yeah.
So I want to get your I want to pick your brain a little bit to figure out, who do you look up to? Who is that standard that you be like, all right, that's a person that I can look up to, where I can learn some things and I can put that into what I'm doing to help Tribe of Finesse, Skuzii, the whole brand.
Shit, that's a really good question, man. Definitely with, I guess, as far as the business minded aspect, Jay-Z, like the way you form your business, you put people in the positions you want them to be in so that they can excel. That's not something that I thought about. Me being when I was young, I just tried to be like a jack of all trades type nigga. I'm good at a lot of random stuff, but not excelling in the stuff that I could really forward myself in. So more so like that. If you're talking about music, I like that Jay-Z's way of business of putting people where they want to be.
Right.
As far as just musical top 5 type random shit, I'm a very old young guy. So I like people like Louis Armstrong, who I modeled myself to play trumpet off of, because I played music as well.
Word, that's what's up.
Yeah, I used to play trumpet, tuba, guitar, trying to relearn guitar and play ukulele type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
I'd love to have you perform too. I would love to see that.
He wants me to at a random.
Bro, I'm a bully with music shit, because for us both, we met through band. And I think he met me as a section leader, and then he ultimately became a section leader.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've been teaching shit like that. But so with him, anytime I see him in the crib playing, I'm like, so you're gonna need to take that shit to an open mic. He's like, bro, I'll be ready when I'm like, nah, fuck that, bro.
Let's get it.
I'm like, you're not gonna learn till you fuck up. just being overly
that's
the
truth. Actually definitely a conversation we've had. Shit, but
It just open up from just be on stage, just messing around.
I'm right here, baby. Play that shit, nigga. I'm trying to school.
Don't be a bitch.
But Louis Armstrong, Leonard Bernstein, who did West Side Story, Porgy and Bess, a lot of the writing for those musicals. Extremely good conductor in for musicals and shit like that. And band director. I love it. J. Cole, just because he's gotten me through my life shit, high school, college. All of his projects came around the times that I really needed them to come around, and like some of his songs really defined the moments in my life that I needed to be defined. Jermaine, I'm trying, Jermaine.
Jermaine, that's his real name.
I really fuck with early Chance the Rapper.
Yeah, facts.
Like pre the Big Day Chance the Rapper.
Acid rap.
Oh man,
Shout out to JP.
Yeah.
JP
Cocoa
Floyd.
Butter Kisses.
Oh man, yeah.
He has some glimpses of still having it.
He
but
does.
Yeah, he kinda did
Chance the
lose
Rapper,
some.
he can still, like we had this conversation the other day.
Yeah.
He still has what he needs to do to put out a great album. It's just the way he put out the Big Day, his debut album was, in my opinion, terrible.
Yeah.
If you're gonna talk about your wife, like this is this
Too much. It was just too much.
And like someone comparatively who did like an album about his wife, Alan Stone, white guitar player. I think he was pretty soulful. He did an album entirely about his wife. And I'm like, damn, I don't feel overbearing. It's not just about your wedding day. It's like every single characteristic aspect that you felt about your wife. Like, and I actually would put him in one of my top 5s, honestly. If you haven't checked him out, his Tiny Desk is fucking phenomenal. Alan Stone. Oh man.
Yes.
He's a really weird looking white guy. He can sing his ass off.
I caught that on a rabbit hole. Tiny
Yeah,
Desk.
check that shit out.
To come on, and I was like, oh
Tonight.
shit.
I was like, God damn, who is this white man singing about brown eyes,
Right.
blue skies and shit?
He's killing that
I want to
shit.
feel like this. Who is this white man? Thank you. Who is this white man?
On that name?
Shit.
But go ahead, Fox, with your question.
Oh shit, I got a lot of questions, man. What motivates you to write your lyrics, man? Like, cause you got some dope lyrics.
Thank you. It's a combination of the craft and then just getting shit out. It's therapy for me. It's therapy that I didn't understand until I actually started doing therapy. Like, I've just always been a writer. Like, I love rap. Like, I just legitimately love rap. I love rapping. I'm competitive. Like, I love being better than somebody else. Honestly, that might not be the healthiest thing, but it works for me.
Yeah.
Like, but I'm also understanding more too now about being in my own thing. But that's not the here nor there. But I'm really big on the culture and the craft. Like my life goals extend finance and shit like that. I want to be the best musician for myself, the best. Like, I want to see how many different ways I can do something. I just generally love the craft, and I'm really big on understanding like that my gifts exceed my personal needs. I understand that there's somebody out there that needs to hear what the fuck I'm talking about. Like, no matter, like, I'll give you a quick story. When I was, I had to switch schools when I was little. I don't know how familiar y'all are with the 7-5, but like, I was in Newport News and I had to switch to Williamsburg. What's a good comparison to that for like 804?
Coming from Richmond Public Schools to Glen Allen.
I don't know what that means, but it was a different environment. So like, that was when I started taking it serious. And I remember I did one show for them, like a talent show, and it went well. And then I was part of Soul, which is like School of Arts, and it was like, yeah, we want you to rap for this. And it's like all funded by old white people. And like, I did like the most problematic shit I could do, because just to be contrary at the time, I was like 16, 17. So I did like a song about like turning up and then some other shit. And I did this song about like, it was 3 verses, and which at the time was way too long. So it was about like suicide and like abortion, just really serious, heavy shit.
Yeah, heavy shit.
Yeah, and like, I was just happy to be there. And I remember no one clapped for me. I'm in school, I'm a child. And like, all these white people, like, the song was over and they were just like, man, this is what I'm paying for. And I was cool. And I was like, fuck, again, I was contrary. So it was like, it is what it is. And I walked off, and I remember just like, I'm not gonna say old, but older than me, young woman, came up to me like crying and shit. And she hugged me, and she never explained what it was specifically that, triggered her. But she just kept saying how thankful she was. She was like, thank you for talking about what you talked about. Like, it means a lot to me. Like, thank you so much. Like, crying and shit. And I remember when that happened, I was like,
that shit mean a lot to me.
Yeah.
After
that
that
shit
day,
never left me. Like, I was always like, it's like, I'm gonna talk about fun stuff too, because that's important to my life. But the shit that I think is specific to myself, I'm never gonna just like leave that in my brain. Like, I'm gonna talk about that.
Okay. Yeah, some real deep shit, because that's how I be feeling too as an artist myself. All right, so as an artist, how do your fans come to you? Like, how do your fans come to you as your lyrics? Like, do they enjoy it? Like, I ain't gonna say it that, but do they feel it? Do they get the message that you sending them?
Hell yeah, I get it all the time. It's like the best thing that you really see is at the shows. It's like you like it might be 2 motherfuckers, it might be 50, but it's like you motherfuckers know them songs, and that's what I'm like. Oh my god, you love me.
Yeah.
But
that's what got me when he was at my homie crib, bro. It was literally just us. Like he had his DJ. They pulled up.
As soon as you dropped it, it was like
I was like
straight tuned in.
I was like, hold on, who is that?
Yeah, that's
I promise.
That's what I'm saying. As soon as I heard his music, like
it was the words, the flow, the energy.
That's why
I didn't mean to cut you off, but I had to. That's how I felt.
Yeah, it resonates. It's like I'm just happy when people tell me, like, because I've had people like, because I talk about all types of shit.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Like people actually get back to you and tell you how they feel about like. Yeah,
that's conversation. I just make sure I have conversations, and I don't just be like, "Hey, thanks for the support, nigga." Like, nah, like I try to talk about it because like I've had like songs about like
because you drop some deep shit.
Yeah, like I have one of my songs, Savage. It's like it's fun, but it's about like getting cheated on, and I had a lot of people like it was messy because it was about a specific person, and motherfuckers was like, "Oh, that bitch is trifling," but I had some people who didn't know me, and it was just like, nigga, that helped. That made me want to start writing again. That made me want to write a poem about what I've been through. Like, and that's what's important to me. Like, and then like I had a song about me and my dad's relationship. Like,
that was a good one.
Yeah, conversations in the parking lot. A lot of people like after, and my dad wasn't happy about it. Me and him are in a much better relationship. But I had so many people that had issues with their parents or issues with their fathers. And again, God bless EOM. I forgot. I falsely mentioned his name earlier, but EOM, God bless today. He passed away. He produced that song. But he gave me that song, and that's done a lot for a lot of people. And again, it's not one of my biggest songs, but it's like that, and then Prayers to Self, which
Prayers to Self. Like speaking from a person like who was a fan of your music before we even started working together, Prayers to Self helped me a lot. You know what I'm saying? 2 years ago, I'm playing Prayers to Self on my way to my job every morning, screaming the fucking lyrics about a bitch who don't fucking want to love me, but I love myself, bitch. I know my problems.
We can probably do the acapella for that after the set.
That ass.
Oh shit, it's running that deep. Okay. It's like in your spirit.
After that.
Shit, are you working with any other artists right now?
Not at the moment. I'm not against it. It's just we just wrapping up the album. But I'm always down. I'm like, yeah, like community is important. So I'm always down to work with people and shit like that. Like that's gonna be my main thing. After this album's finished, I'm trying to work with everybody. Like whoever wants to work, I'm trying to work. It don't matter.
Should drop your app name right now.
Yeah.
Also hit us up at SkuziiManagement@gmail.com if you would like to work. We're on our professional business level. SKUZ with 2 I's, MGMT@gmail.com. Hit us up. We answer emails.
And just to be transparent, that's both of us on there, so it's not like some random motherfucker somewhere else is getting the shit. We both will see it. And we both will respond.
And we talk about it. Like if one of us gets it, we'll ask the other one if they see it. Or Skuzii.com, SKUZ.com. We got places you can check us out.
Yeah. But don't DM me. No. That's no disrespect. It's just we sent out hella like promotion on DMs. Yeah. So my DMs are lost. So it's like, and I'm going through that one now. Right now with people, it's like, bro, I'm not trying to be Hollywood. It's just for organization purposes.
And even past that, we specifically said, just hit us up with the emails.
Yeah.
It's easier. It's organized. And like you said, both of us look at them. Both of us look at them. If one doesn't catch it, the other one will. Pause.
Oh, God.
I got that.
I do to that.
That was a good pause.
Man, let's get into this motherfucker.
All right. So we're about to take another break.
Fuck a break.
Skuzii, Bruce, Tribe of Finesse. And when we get back, we're going to get to our cloud talk, our top 5.
Hey.
To the cloud.
To the cloud.
Cloud.
By the way,
I'm trying to pass this loud, brother.
All right, look, if I pause, that means you catch it. I'm gonna try to see how far I can ride it out.
Fuck out of here, my nigga. Yo, hey, yo.
Perfect.
That was wild. Bro, you freaky as hell.
Pause.
Fuck out of here.
You recording this?
Nah, I didn't mean it like, nah, I meant.
It's too
Y'all
late.
know what I meant, though.
I know exactly.
Do
what
we
was
know?
meant. I
You said patching and passing and catching and
This nigga's a
pausing
freak.
Cloud Talk top 5. Gotcha.
Yo, we
Hey, yo.
I'm not judging.
Pause with that gay.
It's just what it is.
All right, look. We are back. Clouded Judgment. Pause talk. Nah, let me stop.
Pause talk.
Nah, it's our top 5. Y'all already know. We about to give you our top 5 artists. Right now, we on our number 3. We have Skuzii, Bruce. They're gonna give us their top 5, 1 through 5. But y'all already know what time it is. I'm gonna go ahead and start with my number 3. My number 3 is who's my number 3? Oh, Drake. Drizzy Drake is my number 3. Main reason why Drake is my number 3 is the simple fact that this nigga do not miss. He's consistent as fuck. Like, he does not like miss on any type of category. Like, any type of genre he wants to attack, he hits it. If he wants to do trap shit, he gets into it. If he wants to get into his fucking reggaeton bag, if he wants to get into like the little fucking island shit, the emotional shit, like, if anything, like, my favorite personally from Drake is like when he gets into like his 8 a.m. in Chicago or his 5 p.m. in wherever the fuck. Like, those are my favorite personal bags by Drake. But the main thing that took me to Drake was, I'm gonna take you back to the main reason. It was sophomore year. This is when I came to Virginia. I just transferred to Virginia Union, and this is when Wayne just signed him, and they had like the Young Money All Stars mixtape, and it was like I'm a beast, I'm a dog, and all them junks. But it was like, yo, who is this nigga singing on the junk? Like what the fuck? This was way before females was even fucking with Drake. And I was like, nah, this nigga's different, because it was like, it was giving me everything of like Kanye that I love, but it was a little bit different because the pen was there. Because Kanye always had the production and everything in that regard, but you know, he always had ghostwriters and stuff like that. But it was like with Drake, you know, he has 40, but it was like just that cohesive, like the way they meshed together. Like, I always give 40 his flowers with Drake. Let me say that first and foremost. Like, Drake is great, you know, period. But 40, like, just for him to have a personal producer, engineer, like one-stop shop to put his whole like sound together is a beautiful thing. And I think that plays to what you have going on with your producers too, Skuzii. Like, that sound is like great. But enough about me talking about Drake. How do y'all feel about Drake?
Shit, Drake's a good artist. Point blank period. Like, you can't say nothing else about him. Like, shit, every song he been dropping, like, literally, he dropped some bullshit called Kiki, do you miss me? Like, cause you know how long that was like a top hit? It was a top hit for like at least 8 weeks. At least 8 to, I say at least 13 weeks, bro.
Super
like, it was
viral.
a top hit.
Like, I think Drake excels in like making like music
makes
that correlates with social media. He is probably, I guess, the most genius who's ever, like, he can drop any song. That's just gonna be like some kind of dance craze.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna do numbers.
Kiki, that shit was like charting for a while. And it's on everybody's got a Kiki Do You Love Me challenge. Everybody named Mama.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Everybody named Mama.
He's in tune with social media to that point.
Oh,
He
my
knows
mama.
what people gonna rock with.
My mama better not have one.
Like, it's gonna work.
Be fired up. My mama got a Kiki channel.
But it's like Kiki, that's a song in reference for what they say is in regards to Drake and Kim Kardashian. But it's like, let's say it is or not, but he's known for making diss tracks hits, and he's known for throwing subs in his, you know, his biggest record. So it's like, if you're capable of doing that, like, you're dangerous.
Yeah.
Like, like he changes the whole game in the regards of like we were talking about in the last episode in regards like when his deal is up. Like, I feel like that's gonna fuck the whole game up, because it's gonna be a situation where it's gonna be no record deal. Like that 360s and all that shit is bullshit anyway.
Independent.
But as far as independent deals and stuff in that nature, he's going to change the whole structure. And I feel like he's been doing a favor for the record labels now, but it's like he's going to change the whole mold of that shit when it's all said and done.
That's gonna fuck everything up. Between him, who's like the biggest artist in general? Like him, obviously. Her. Like who else? Who are big artists right now?
Like Taylor Swift.
I'd say Travis Scott is up there.
Can you imagine if all of them just went fucking independent, like completely?
Yeah.
What, bro? This shit was shut down, and it's like good.
That's what you need.
Fuck the structure, B. It's not like what I'm saying earlier about the spiritual about music. It's not supposed to be commercial and structured in this way. We've just adapted to the times.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be like that.
Like most things in life, people took a capitalistic spin on anything so that they can monetize whatever you do. Your talent is, you can make great music. I'm gonna flip that. I'm gonna flip it really easily.
That's why they can't make no more bread no more. That's why they do 360 deals. There's not enough shit for them to make money off of. That's why you have art. Also, real fun fact for any artists who watch this shit, if you ever get tagged in somebody's shit when there's like a major artist saying, oh, looking for the best new artist, and they tag you in that shit, and then you get a fucking DM from your favorite artist, be very mindful that that's there for a reason. That's a product of 360 deals, because a lot of motherfuckers right now, because they're in 360 deals, they're not making no money, because guess what? Everybody's making their money off of streaming, right? Oh my God. And that's by design too, but that's another conversation. So all these niggas who usually make their money on the back end can't make money right now. So they're fucking over lower level artists by charging us goofy ass fees like, okay, it's $1,000. It's like, if your favorite artist is like $1,000 and I'll put you on my shit, or $1,000 and I'll say some stupid shit on your track, you're gonna probably take it. You're not the only person they're doing that shit to, bro. You're not special, unfortunately. And they're taking advantage of a lot of people because they're getting taken advantage of. So be aware that is happening as well too. So just know all this shit is by design, but fortunately and unfortunately, again, the meek shall inherit, and well, we are the meek. So shout out to Meek Mills.
Damn.
Yo, that's some real shit. So I already know that you guys are pretty much going to stay independent and get to the motherfucking bag.
Yeah. Well, we're like, no, I'm not against doing like an actual deal, not a 360 record deal. Like, I'm not against doing business, because my whole thing is too, I'm aware that there are people, things, and resources that are there that I'm not accessible to. So, like, for example, like if I did something reasonable, like, okay, like maybe like a 1 or 2 album deal, and those rights go to whomever, cool. Because the whole time, because I'm gonna make music regardless. I'm always gonna make more shit. But I know that, like, by me getting in cahoots with a motherfucker, I have now access to your resources. Your resources ain't going nowhere.
Right.
Even when I'm gone, that's still gonna be the same resource. I can learn so much more about the system and how things are, and maybe even put my friends in better positions. Like, you might come up with me, but you might find a job at a label that's a little bit better than what I can do for you.
Right.
Short or shit, you never know. I might too. I might find my calling in a label or some shit. You never fucking know. But I'm not against opening to another business venture that might support and push my shit further.
Right.
But my whole thing is ownership. At the end of the day, my shit is always, I'm gonna always own whatever the fuck it is that I make, because it goes, again, beyond me, and that goes to my family, those around me, and beyond my lifetime.
Facts.
That is important that you own your shit, because even the greats, Taylor Swift, I heard she's in a mean custody situation.
300 million.
Yeah.
300 million. Scooter Braun.
Yeah.
Had the rights to, like, I think her first 6 albums. Like,
Jesus.
how do you? It's unfortunate. I mean, I guess anyone can fall victim to it, I guess, at the end of the day. But a 2-album deal, that's perfect. I think Russ might have did something like that. He's another independent brother that's very intelligent.
And this shit was distribution to this shit was like 50-50 with Columbia.
Exactly. So he had a little bit more of a partnership.
But even like how we talk about it now, artists need to be more aggressive about learning of this information. Like how we talk about it now, it should be no reason that me and you don't know this and other people don't know. Like me and Bruce can probably attest to that shit. Yeah. I'm always researching. I'm always like, my audio books are like either people who are in the industry or actual industry shit, like updated like shit, like encyclopedias. Like we're always looking at new videos and shit, talking about different things to do, market strategies, and not just music. We look at finance and shit like that too. It's like you have to be animate and aggressive and enjoy looking up more information to educate yourself as an artist, because at the end of the day, that's your bread and the people's around you's bread.
Facts.
You have to put yourself in a good position.
That goes into the grander scheme of it. Researching is key for anything. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like even with he does the read. He'll look at random videos and we'll discuss it. He'll bring it to my attention. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not always doing the research. I'm doing research in other avenues because that's where my interest lies. When we come together and we discuss it, you have to have the willingness and the devotion to do the research, but you also need people around you that are willing to like talk about what that was. So it's like you're not processing the information on your own. You have different perspectives available to you so that they can point out to you things you might have missed or things you might have overlooked.
Your business got to be by design, not by accident.
Yep. And sometimes you just have to be that homie to break it down to your homies. Be like, hey, yo, look, hey, you listen to that audio book by 50? Like, yo, he's breaking it down in the perspective that I think you would understand. Like, sometimes it just takes, putting that 2 and 2 together, be like, hey, he's probably not going to get it if I come at him, like, on some extra, like, just contextual type shit. Like, if I break it down to be like, hey, yo, your favorite rapper, he has an audio book. You can listen to it and you can learn something, and that can be the rabbit hole to open them up to learning everything else. And that's what I took from like my research and stuff. Because as far as like how I learned about hip hop and everything like that, it was always from like a shelter type of regard, because my parents, they didn't want me to listen to it. So anything I did was like on some road shit. So when I found out shit, it was like online on shit, the forums, message boards. And then when I got to school, I met other like hip hop nerds and stuff like that. So that really opened up my mind to like, oh, let me find that next artist that nobody knows about. Let me find out everything. So when they blow up, I can be that person, be like, this is what I know about that person. Like, this is that. I was always that guy. Yeah. Like, I always loved like finding about an artist first, like just knowing those little things. Like,
and Drake had that moment. I feel like that's why you chose him. Like, he had a moment where he was underground, and it was like, yo, who is this dude working with Lil Wayne? Like, it was
I remember literally playing Drake like in the dorm room with chicks, like when we was having our little sessions. And they're like, who is that? Turn him off. And then literally like a couple months later when he popped, he was like, oh, y'all heard that new Drake? I'm like, you already know I was playing that in the room. But you
biracial angel.
It's like you already know I was playing that in the room.
It's crazy.
You told me to turn him off.
Smooth, turn him off quick.
Me.
But Damien, let's get to your number 3.
Oh, of course. My number 3 is actually Jay-Z. He's somebody who spoke to me at a very early age. Nas was on my list before. He a little bit lower. Just I feel like overall in the career-wise, I have more Jay-Z on my playlist than Nas. But I love Nas to death. It's a 1A, 1B situation almost with me when it comes to them. But at any rate, I have Jay-Z right there because Reasonable Doubt. I mean, what bad can you say about that album from a production standpoint to the way it just, glorified kind of the mafioso kind of, I would say, rap scheme, that hip hop has, grown into. I think also with, Cuban links and Raekwon. So it's a lot of people who's responsible for that sound. But Jay-Z was on that front too. And just throughout time, I think he's one of the artists that kind of matured the most. Him and like Snoop, I put in those kind of avenues, those OGs that just, they teach you everything from the beginning to the end, how to go mainstream, how to stay true, how to give back. A lot of people don't know, I think the good that Jay-Z does as well. I think he kind of downplays that, because it's rather to be anonymous is better for him than to get the publicity. But Jay-Z is just, I think, one of our icons and one of the greats of our time. So I have him as my 3rd. I got a few people that are more important to me, but Jay-Z is definitely an icon in my eyes.
Yeah, word. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Word. All right. Slow Keys. Spox. My 3rd, I'm gonna have to say Pero Giovanni. Like I talked about in my last episode, I didn't mean to say it, but like I said, Pero Giovanni, man, like he's so, I ain't gonna say he's slept on. Ain't no way he could be slept on, man. Cause he be talking that real straight facts to you. Like I ain't gonna say real shit because everything he talk about, you be like, as soon as you listen to him, like, man, yeah, you feel me? It's get up off your ass music. And I like that type of music because I like to grind, I like to get it. So if he's dropping some real facts, I like lyrics. and he's dropping straight lyrics for you back to back to back. No lie, man. I'm gonna tell you about, man, I've been listening to Giovanni for about like 5 years.
Hold on, what's his name?
Payroll.
Payroll. Okay.
Payroll Giovanni.
Oh, does he go by Payroll G or not?
Payroll G? Nah.
Is that somebody else? Okay, hold on. I may not have heard of him before. I'm gonna have to listen to him.
Yeah, you're gonna have to listen to him straight from Detroit.
Ooh, okay. I know he real then.
Yeah,
That's for
gotta
damn
tune
sure.
in.
Detroit don't play.
Right. They don't play, but at the same time, shit, I don't think no cities play.
There you go. There you go.
It is what it is. Life's crazy. And like, you feel me? You gotta take it how it is, but at the same time, your struggle's your struggle. You gotta pick it up. And I like his. You feel me? His struggle. You feel me? I can see where we coming from the same struggle, but you feel me? He made a way out. I've been trying to figure out some ways too, but you know how it is. But at the same time, that's my top 3.
Word. That's what's up. Now we're gonna take it to you guys. We're gonna get your top 5.
Are we just doing rappers or artists?
Artists.
Artists?
Mm-hmm.
Mine's gonna be mostly rappers. But timeline, I don't know. I'm gonna just say what comes to head. Prince for damn sure.
Word.
Super big Prince fan. So Prince, Too Short, fucking Biggie. Well, that's 3. Jay-Z, J. Cole.
Oh, my turn. Sorry. Yeah. For my top 5, mine is it's a blend. Like I said, Louis Armstrong. That's definitely one of my it's part of my top 5 that like influenced me to be a musician in general. Fucking Wu-Tang Clan. Like I'm a big person that's part about family in general, blood family, and motherfucking like I guess non-blood family. Like that's my brother. Like shit, you know. I got other guys that are my brothers. I got sisters, you know, that aren't my blood sisters. And Wu-Tang Clan was more so the idea of that community of family, motherfuckers. 36 Chambers was 9 niggas with 4 chambers in their hearts coming together, and like bringing forth like some kind of vision, some kind of like microscope onto where they're from, the streets of Shaolin and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? De Niro Ferrar, he's one of my top 5. Like I said, I got introduced to him with Soul Food, his album that dropped this year. That one was like it's a street nigga talking about being a vegan, caring about his family, but I'm not afraid to beat the fuck out of you.
Oh shit, that's a crazy combination.
Type shit. It's like it's a good combination. If you haven't listened to it, listen to Soul Food, SOLE Food by De Niro Ferrar. That album it's top notch. I listen to it at least once a week on some real shit. Man, Nat King Cole. No.
You don't think about
what?
The Chappelle skit?
Oh, Chappelle show. And here's for you, darling. You dirty bitch. No, Nat King Cole's got a very soulful early 20th century voice, and it really reminds me of like a very nigga coming from humble beginnings, but being able to use his gifts for what he wanted to use it for. He entertained people. He really put forth his gifts so that he can like have a legacy. I mean, Natalie Cole, he passed that shit on to his daughter, who's an amazing disco singer. He did a nice virtual duet with Nat King Cole, her own father, and that shit was still like, goddamn.
I got like 2 that I left out when you finished.
Oh, yeah, you one of them niggas.
I thought about it after, like, all right, man.
Yeah, nah, when you start thinking about shit, bro. And motherfucking J. Cole, like I said, J. Cole, his music came out at certain points in my life that it came on time. Pause. But his music was like...
we might have to get a pause.
It's over with. It's a wrap.
Pause. Like his music, like was introduced to my life at certain points where I really needed to hear like what's going on with him. Kind of, it was parallel to what I was living through. So I mean, that's what I fuck with.
Hell yeah, that's what's up, man. Like I love that the last 2 episodes we've been getting a lot of J. Cole.
Yeah.
Like I love that he's getting his flowers because like
yeah.
Cole.
Facts.
No snuggly, brother.
But you already know we're gonna close out episode 4.
Can't close out.
Oh, my bad, T. I forgot about T. My bad. Damn.
T said,
my bad. T's been behind the scenes, but yeah, we got to get his number 3. Yeah, T, please.
Right. Number 3 is Mos Def.
Hey.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Respect.
You know what I mean? And that's just because, like, bro, like, I don't know, like, ever since, like,
I was a kid, you know what I mean, listening to Mos Def. Like, he was the first artist I heard rap and sing, you know what I'm saying, and produce. You know what I'm saying? Because he made beats too, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Regardless though, like he's just like on a whole nother wave though, like, you know what I mean? But like, I don't know, like all his body of work, like he ain't never dropped, like he dropped like every other couple of years and shit. And I fuck with that shit. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you wait about 2, 3. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah,
like, give me
facts.
time. Like, it's a lot of shit going on. Like, you know what I mean?
And when it does drop, it's like a hit.
It's like
Yeah.
that. Like, you know what I mean? And then he blended in all the rock and roll into, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all the musicians that he named in some of his songs, like, I had to listen to because I'm like, you know what I mean? He put me on the mad artist. Like, so I fuck with most stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Hip hop.
Shout out Mos Def. Run it back.
His name is, I think it's like Yasin Bey now.
Yeah.
So I don't want disrespect, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Yasin Bey. Mos Def.
Y'all seen Bay?
Top 5.
He's over at
Cloud TV, Skuzii,
Hey.
Bruce,
Yeah.
Tribe of Finesse, Ask About an Octopus, coming real soon. Y'all already know, performance. Thank you for tuning in to the Cloud.
To the Cloud. Let's get it.
Heart unconscious. It's only a matter of time before I've had enough. Stuck in the same bad habits of you. You asked me what love is, bitch, I never knew. I keep on crossing the line and I somehow fuck it up. I search and I seek for the truth. I hate my addiction to you.